Well, good morning, everybody. Exciting day today in Albuquerque. I am joined with some really tremendous athletes, coaches, and people that have been involved in the track and field world in Albuquerque, nationally and internationally for a long time. A lot of student athletes standing up here today. Some of them were really good. I was okay. And but as a former student athlete, as a Lobo, as a decathlete in the 1980s, I love track and field. I love what we've been able to do in the city of Albuquerque. I love watching Coach Franklin and what he's been able to do with track and field here. I love the fact that we've been the host of the national championships for USATF, and we've got a city councilor and a secretary of state who, former student athlete with the University of Oklahoma, Brad Winter, pole vaulter, who's passionate about the sport. And through all of their efforts, really, Albuquerque has become a hotbed for track and field. And today's announcement centers on that. Today we are thrilled to announce that we are going to host the inaugural Martin Luther King Jr. Indoor Track Invitational in 2017. This event will be held right here at the Convention Center on our world-class track, where the event on the east side of the space here, it will be on January 14th. That is the same weekend as the Martin Luther King national holiday. This event will actually be two meets in one day. We will have a college portion of the meet, and we will invite universities, historical black colleges, other universities from around the country to join us on that day for the collegiate level meet, and we'll also have a high school level meet. And I don't want to talk about too many of the details of this because this is really the effort of Secretary of State Brad Winter. He's been working with Joe Padrell, who's here. Harold Bailey is here with us today. Coach Franklin and others. Visit Albuquerque is here today as well with their leadership team. Angie Jepson is here. So I want to have Secretary of State Winter come up and tell you more of the details. But I'm just going to say, as the mayor, this is good stuff. This is a great opportunity for us as a community. It's a great opportunity for us to host world-class athletes, to open up our doors in our community to young men and young women from all over the United States and introduce them to Albuquerque. It's a great opportunity for our young children in our city to be inspired by these other athletes and to really see what exceptionalism looks like at really the grassroots level. So I'm excited to be a small part of this. What I want to do before I turn it over is this. Put a call out to the community. We're looking for sponsorships for this. We'll have a little bit of a discussion today on this. We have sponsorship packages available. If you are a local business or if you're anybody individually in the city of Albuquerque and you would like to help us sponsor this great event, the checks go to Visit Albuquerque. That's our Convention and Visitors Bureau. They will be the fiscal agent for this. Contact my office at 768-3000. Call us at 311. We really need the community support for this event, and as your mayor, we would deeply appreciate your sponsorships. So with that, I'm going to have Secretary of State Brad Winter come up and tell you more about it, and we've got some other speakers today that can tell you more.
Thank you, y'all, and thank you very much for being here. And this is a great event that we've been planning. This is also going to be a fundraiser for the Martin Luther King Commission that really promotes the ideas of Martin Luther King Jr. But this is also a great activity for the city and the economic impact that we can achieve. All over the country, indoor meets, they're held. And I think this has the opportunity to be one of the biggest indoor meets in the country every year. Madison Square Gardens has these big meets, but I think that we can really promote this to have that. So what it's going to be is we're working, it's a great partnership too, and all these folks behind me are working very hard to make this successful. But what we're doing is hoping we're going to bring in colleges. We're going to also make and promote the ideas of Martin Luther King by also having an all-age group. So even masters like myself are going to be able to compete. We're going to have all age groups too. So it is going to be a great celebration January 14th on Saturday that's going to really formulate with all the different activities that we have for Martin Luther King celebrations. And so I'm very, very excited about this to talk about some of the ideas we're trying to get over on this meet. I want to introduce Dr. Harold Bailey, and then we're going to have Joe Padrell, who is also a great athlete in Albuquerque, and then And then we got a few more folks, and then just to talk about the great event this could be, and I hope that it is. So, come on.
Thank you, Councilor. My name is Harold Bailey. It's nice to be a part of this project. I want to thank the mayor and all our partners. This is a very important event. It gives respect to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who emphasized freedom, justice, and respect for all people. And I think it's very important for us to present this message. This is the reason why we're going to have all different types of track members here, all different colors of people, because we want to send young people that message that we may be different, but we're all the same when you really just look at it. So I think it's very important. I don't want to say too much. I think Brother Joe Padrell is going to give you some additional information. Again, I'm very happy to be a part of this project. Thank you.
You have to say what your event was. You have to say what your event.
To the mayor and his staff, and to you, the press, my name is Joseph Padrell. My involvement here is, first of all, I'm excited about this whole track meet. I'm a track person. Still try to walk, still try to run. But as an NAACP former president, and a person who's been involved with the Martin Luther King holiday, the development of the street, along with Dr. Bailey and myself, it's come a long way. It's now a state national holiday. The key thing here is that the dream be realized by understanding what Dr. King lived and died for. And our theme this year is going to be from a letter that Dr. King wrote to the ministers of the clergy of the American public. And it is about the inescapable network of mutuality that we're all confined to. So we want to use this track meet to convey that message to the people that participate and those that come to watch. We want to leave here with a better understanding of what Dr. King was talking about. We know we got a good product called this track meet. We know we're going to bring something to Albuquerque that's inevitably going to be to the advantage economically. But most importantly, we're going to convey a message and get a lesson to the next generation about our relationship with one another and how we can improve on that as we live. Thank you. I'm really happy to be a part of this.
Thank you. I'd like to invite the UNM head track coach, Joe Franklin. We've had this indoor track for about 11 years, and it's a long time, and I'm telling you, when Joe came in, they took it to the next level, because some of the meets we've had are some of the best meets in the country. We've had the USA National meet, we've had the USA National Masters meet, we've had the NCAA Division I meet, we have Mountain West Conference here, and a lot of that is devoted because of Joe Franklin. And he's been a great partner with us in the city, and this is going to really be the kickoff meet, but we have a whole season that we're going to go through. So, Joe.
We are very excited to announce this as our kickoff to the year. With this meet, the MLK Indoor Track and Field Invitational, it'll start our season, and we're excited about the partnership with so many groups of people. Everybody's coming together. Everybody's coming together to make sure this event is a very positive experience for not only the city and not only the state, but also the kids, the adults, everybody that wants to compete in track and field under the ideals. Our goals have always been to put out a very good track meet. And with this group of people working together, we can make this meet one of the best in the country. There's a meet similar to this on the East Coast, but there is nothing west of the Mississippi like this. It'll be the first. And this is a place of firsts. We've had the first indoor championship here. We had the first USATF championship here in Albuquerque. So we can do this again with everybody's support. The season this year will be a long one. There seems to be adding meets every weekend. So we'll start out with the MLK Indoor Track Invitational. Then we start with a series of 4 UNM-hosted meets. And then we go into the Mountain West Championships, as well as the Masters meet, which is a major meet for the state and the city. And then we culminate it with the USATF meet. That one is another big meet as well. So there's meets throughout the year. There's high school meets, there's children's meets, there's open gyms. This venue in the month of January and February and early March has incredible usage, and we want the public to come be a part of this and kick this off with the MLK Indoor Track and Field Invitational. The University of New Mexico will be reaching out to universities across the country, the HBCs, as well as some local universities, to make sure we have good, solid attendance at this meet and to make sure it's a success. And without the people standing behind me, this event wouldn't happen. So we thank you guys for thinking about this event. It'll be very, very positive experience for everybody involved.
We have one more speaker, Mr. Gary Wilkes, Assistant Director, Parks and Rec. This is the first time that, did I get that right?
You did. Yeah.
The Parks and Recs are coordinating this meet, which is kind of a neat idea. And so I want to turn it over to Gary.
On behalf of my boss, Barbara Taylor, who wasn't able to be here today, I'd like to thank everybody here for this unique opportunity and a partnership. The MLK Invitational is going to kick off our track season early in January. We've had the honor for the last 11 years to host collegiate level and world-class athletes here in the Albuquerque Convention Center for competitive high-altitude competition. And this year we have the opportunity to kick off our track season on January the 14th. And we'll be doing it as a primary organizer of this event with all these partners. So thanks for the opportunity. This is going to give us a chance to fly solo in the world of collegiate level and high school level and elite athlete track meets. So thanks for the opportunity.
And I just want to mention, you'll have a different look this year, Coach. I met yesterday with our team. We're going to put $1 million into that space where the track goes. Met with Jose from SMG, great partner. They run our convention center. We're going to make sure that when our track in our city is on national television and when there's photographs taken, that we're going to change the bannering around the top so the people have no misunderstanding. They'll know they're in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They'll know that this world-class event is in our city. There'll be photographs of Albuquerque that really represent us. And so we'll really make sure that that space looks great. Special thanks again to Brad, to Secretary of State and City Councilor Brad Winter. He's been passionate about this track and field events throughout. He's been passionate about making investments in this track. It's a brand new surface from last year. It's a Mondo surface. It's one of the fastest tracks in the world. And to Coach, thanks for bringing the world-class athletes here and everything you're doing. And a final shout out, Steve Madrid's sitting right here. It takes a lot of people to put this track together. And I remember my first year as mayor, man, we had that track and we pulled it out of storage and it's 1,000 pieces like a jigsaw puzzle. And there's Steve, man. It's like midnight and he's out there figuring this thing out and making sure it gets put together. So it's just a reminder that we have 6,000 employees in the city of Albuquerque. They get up every day. They work hard to make your life better. And Steve's just a perfect example of that, and Gary and everybody at Parks and Rec. So once again, we have a chance to do another world-class event here. This inaugural Martin Luther King Jr. Track and Field meet on January 14th is our city's chance to shine. It's our chance to build up great leaders that we have in our community. And as a mayor, I work with Harold Bailey on a regular basis. We have great leaders in Albuquerque. And when you look around the country right now and you see everything that's going on, we have an advantage here. And the advantage that we have is this great local leadership. So Dr. Bailey, thanks for your mentorship personally, for your friendship personally, and everything that you do. Joe, thank you for everything your family's done in this community for decade after decade. This is what leadership looks like, ladies and gentlemen. So come out on January 14th. Albuquerque has a chance to make this a world-class event. Help us sponsor this. We need the business community to step up. Call my office, we'll get you connected. So thanks for coming out today, and let's have a great meet.